Hi there, Gemini. Healing Grasshopper here to do a bonus reading for June 2025. Oops, put a little cordage in the way here. Sorry. Okay, let's see what we got. All right. Tower's ours? No, any of these ours? That was a fumble. Okay. You dodged a bullet there, Gemini. Okay. But we don't panic when we see the tower. It's fine. It would have been fine. Ooh, the sun. We'll see if that's reversed in a moment. My jumpers tend to come out reversed a lot, so and it doesn't matter how I hold the deck, they still come out reversed. Nine of Knight of Wand. Okay, this is ours. These two as well, like this. This is our focus card. Okay, reversed. No. Okay, so we've got the sun. Oh, guys, so fantastic. The Knight of Wands is all about movement and action and your own motivations, right? And how it's propelling you forward, right? And it's no mistake that it is facing the sun here. You have your eye on the prize, on your dreams. You know what it is you want, and you're going to get it. And you're moving away from adversity. All of the negative things in your life, the negative people, the low vibrational people, the low vibrational thoughts, the anger, the resentment, the negative self talk, all of that you have become aware of. And you're like, you know what? I don't like this. I don't like the way it feels. I want to move away from this. This is pretty typical of Gemini. You guys are not really wallowers. Um, and you're very cerebral, which is good, right? So you have that ability to really assess whatever dysfunctional thoughts you have in your head, and you're really good at cleaning house and like, nope, I'm not going to think about that. And here it is, Ace of Swords, right? These are ideas and epiphanies and intellect. Gemini, you see things very clearly. Um, And that allows you to, it sheds light on what needs to be corrected so you can move forward, the chariot. What did I say about moving forward? Is this, hold on, reversed? No, right? Right as I said, move forward, I turned over the chariot. Chariot is about moving forward. Forward movement, positive, it's almost always positive movements, unless it's reversed, then it's like stagnation. But anyway. I'm trying to think of what your monthly was about. I think you were moving away from some things like people that you were getting rid of. Um, because my eyes are really on the couple and the devil. So there's almost like a bright aura coming off of uh this reading right now, like, and that happens every now and then when like things are going in the right direction, right? There's the chariot, but it's an indication of like healthy practices, you know, things going well. You have turned your life around, Gemini, and none of this is by chance. And that's what I really love to see. You know, it's nice to see like auspicious, spontaneous things happening, like people winning the lottery or an inheritance or something like that. That's always totally fun, but it's really, really satisfying for me to see someone, to watch someone in a situation where they are upset and really stuck in negativity and they dig themselves out of it. And here you are moving towards your goals. It's like, yeah, that was terrible. I'm going to set that aside. Oh my God, this always happens too. That's another thing. I'll start um picking the query up, like gassing them up, like, good for you, you're doing this, and blah, blah, blah. And then, Spirit will always come out with the card like this. So this is a reminder, the Nine of Swords, the Nightmare card, where, yeah, Spirit will always put the brakes on that kind of talk. They're like, wait, but it's not all easy for them. I know, Gemini. Does that mean that you're over your breakups or your layoffs or whatever it is that, was troubling you? Is that all over and now it's rainbows and lollipops? No, I get that. But you are emerging from this. And look, it's under the devil. You know, the devil had a hold of you for about a half a minute and you were like, okay, nope, F off, devil. I'm not staying here. This is just indicating how you felt and how this is very much still a part of your presence. That's okay. Just as long as you are in your chariot, Gemini, you will win. You know what I just thought of? There was a really, really funny commercial. You don't see any anymore. I don't know what it was for, like an insurance commercial or something. I don't know. But they were like doing a parody of a horror movie. And, it was a bunch of people, like 5 to 7 people, and you hear like a chainsaw in the background, and they're clearly running away from like a serial killer, and there are all these things around, like a haunted house. There's a shed with a whole bunch of like power tools and like sharp objects hanging from the ceiling, and they're like, let's go in the house, and another one's like, let's run into the cemetery, and the next one's like, let's go here to this other dangerous place. I don't know. And one of them's like, why can't we just get in the running car? And there's a car. They show a car with the lights on and everything, like ready to go. And another one's like, let's run into the shed. So instead of getting in the running car, they run into the shed with the hanging like scythes and knives and stuff. It's very funny. I love that commercial. That just came to mind. Like, you're not running in the shed, you got in the car. Yeah. See, it's over. This is exactly what I'm saying. The devil came in to start trouble for you. You said, nope, not today. You got in your car and you ended it. I am still going to celebrate you, Gemini. I love to see this. It's like you're your own hero, and I bet you anything we're going to see the Eight of Cups, because that is my Be Your Own Hero card. Um, and I also love to see this because I'm going through my own difficulties right now. I am a Capricorn. I am a child of Saturn, and Saturn is always throwing difficulty on us. It's terrible, relentless, right? So it always gives me a little boost when I see people like Gemini or Aries. Oh my God, my heroes. Aries knows how to, you know, get the F out of a bad situation. They're like, nope, not today. That's you too. Good for you, Gemini. Inspiring. The tower, right? The tower came out before, and we're like, no, we're not going to be upset about the tower. Yeah, reversed? No. There's no way it would be reversed here in this reading. The death and the tower next to each other, under the chariot and the ace of swords. This is nothing but fabulous life story here. You were in a karmic situation, right? The universe puts you in a situation for you to learn from, right? You learned those situations, right? You had that Gemini clarity and you were like, yeah, I I see what's going on here. I'm done. Gemini, if you haven't heard it before, you are the most intellectual, the smartest out of all of the people in the zodiac, out of all of the zodiac signs, right? So you are the A students. You can figure things out quicker than everyone else. So here you are in this karmic situation. You're like, yep, got it. I'm done. And like, 10 minutes, you're done. You're out of there. While most people would be still sitting at the desk in the classroom, like for the next hour, you're done in 10 minutes. That's you. You got in your car and you ended it. But anyway, I was talking about the karmic situation. Tower is the ultimate karmic situation. Well, universal, the universe stepping into your life, where the universe is like, well, that's enough, shuts it down, knocks it down. That's what this is. Like, you said, nope, I'm enough. I learned my lesson. And the universe was like, yep, you did. End of karmic situation. Knock it down. Start something new. Not at all a bad card to see here, Gemini. This is the universe working with you. Yeah. So we've got the Six of Swords under the Nine of Swords. Also, very good. This is continuing the little conversation here with the Nightmare card and the Devil, right? The Devil making you feel for a moment like, oh, this is terrible. But you quickly got in your boat to get out of there. This is still an extension of the chariot, right? And here it is in the diagonal line here. Um, does that mean like you leapt happily into the chariot? No. You got in your boat wounded. That smarted. It hurt, but you took all the lessons of that pain with you so that when you're in that situation again, you'll know what to do. We have fortune. Reversed. Gemini, ay, ay, ay. You have the sun and the wheel of fortune. Gemini, you're winning. That's all I can say. The Queen of Pentacles, winning. Queen of Pentacles knows who she is. She knows how to get what she wants, and she sure knows how to, she works hard, but she also plays hard. She knows how to luxuriate in, you know, the spoils of her victory. That's going to be you. You're not quite there yet, but you're getting there. Gemini, it's not going to be easy getting there. Okay. The Nine of Wands talks about, stopping and taking a breath when you're working on something like, whew, wiping your brow. Yeah, God never promised any of us a rose garden. It's not going to be easy for us, but there are plenty of blessings to be had once we get there. So you'll be fine. Page of Wands. And I don't have to tell Gemini because you already know Page of Wands tells me. You see the value in your actions. You know that even though it's tiring, you know that what you're working on is going to pay off at some point. Yeah, and here you are, the Seven of Wands, continuing to go get it. High Priestess. This is being in step with the universe here, which is also something I like to see. And I'm going to point out, like I do every now and then uh, in my videos, that my viewers are light workers. That's what I attract. So that doesn't mean that we do everything. Excuse me, that we do everything perfectly and everything is fine all the time. But the high priestess here is pointing out to me that I am talking to balanced Geminis. You guys are, like I said before, you're air signs, right? You are very, very cerebral. You've got the brain power, and that is where you naturally dwell in your head, right? So, but for each element, there are blind spots and like weaknesses. And for all of the elements except for water, because water naturally lives in their feelings and their intuition. You naturally live in your head, right? But like I said, for all of the elements except for water, one of our blind spots is our intuition. It's not where we dwell naturally. That doesn't mean that we don't have access to our intuitions, but are we by default like operating in our intuition? No. You guys are operating in your heads. However, these are Geminis who are also connected with their intuition. It's something, it doesn't happen automatically. It's something that you manually have to engage, right? But you are engaging it. Yeah. I don't think, because sometimes cards can either be a declaration, a warning, or a suggestion, But this is a declaration. This is just showing me how you're operating. I don't think Yeah, I don't see any warnings here or, yeah, this is just plainly telling me how it is. Um, we'll see if there are any warnings. I don't think you do. We'll see. Because I don't, I'll feel a problem. Don't get me wrong. If there are problems, they'll turn up. And some of you Geminis who are feeling this Nine of Swords, um, and the Six of Swords more than anything else are like, but there is a problem. We'll get to that because you're all in different stages right now. I wouldn't worry about that. If you're in this problem, Gemini, you're going to emerge from it really fast because you have the Ace of Swords here on the other side. It's going to come to you. There's going to be a ding in your head, and you're going to free yourself from that feeling. But I'm going to address it in a moment. Don't worry. Outcome card though first, Spirit. Outcome. Death. Yeah. See, it's over with. You have death twice here. It's done. It's not going to get worse. This is not progressing. And this is, this has happened from your effort. You put a halt to it, right? You know what the problem is and you're moving away from it. But, it takes a little time for the energy to dissipate. Can we address these sword cards, please? Okay. Wait. Okay. Two more cards. Oh, that one really flew. Okay, you have three cards for the swords here. You have Page of Pentacles. Okay. Reversed. The Hermit. Okay. Okay. Page of Pentacles talks about, it's very much like what I said about, didn't you have the Page of Wands here? This is very much the same energy as the Page of Wands. Both of them are assessing their potential. The Page of Wands is assessing what they need to do next to start the project. And the Page of Pentacles is assessing its value. You see both. And it's because you have the Ace of Swords here too, which is, this is the spark of thought. This is the getting together the logistics, and this is the projection of the gain that you're going to get. Um, so all of that's going to come to you. If it hasn't come to you yet, it will. You've got the Hermit here that is talking about introspection, which is something that's not difficult for Gemini at all. You look within, and but right, we're not going to forget the High Priestess. The Hermit is going to, you know, rummage through his mind and heart, clean house where he needs to, get rid of what is toxic, and we're going to grow what is, nourishing and valuable to us in our mind, in our heart, our third eye, our intuition. The Three of Pentacles talks about your worth, your value. Never forget who you are. You are intelligent. You are smart. You are worth a whole lot. and you are capable of a whole lot. There are things, Gemini, that is unique to you that you are very good at. You need to put that to work, right? So there's your advice for you. Remember what I said? I don't see any advice or warnings or anything. There are no warnings here other than, if you're still feeling lost and down in the doldrums, let's help you out of there because you don't need to stay there. You have everything that you need to release yourself from it, and it will come naturally. I mean, you have a little bit of moral support by me telling you that, but it's going to happen on its own, the Ace of Swords says here. The universe is going to present it to you. Do we have advice cards? No. You've gotten your advice in these three cards here. Okay, Gemini? Keep going. I can't wait to hear from you guys in the comment section. I answer every single one. I love talking to you guys. So please let me hear from you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, please. It's been a little slow and frustrating. So every single subscriber means the world to me, and I thank you in advance. Kisses and hugs. I will speak to you soon. Love, light, and many blessings.